I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Colby and Chip.
Friend of the band, rschach. The Night the Sky Rain Nukes reaction. If you partner with us at Patreon, the $75 partner tier has
a spot for you to get your local band reviewed.
Right. And now most people use that spot to get their favorite local band like Pantera or whatever reviewed. But the proper way, which, you know, no hate for that. Thank you for the partnership. The proper way to do it is to get an otherwise lesser known band that deserves to be known band, and this is definitely one of them. This band needs to be heard far and wide.
That's all.
Well, one, because the folks are actually talented. I would say it if they weren't. Like, I didn't like the first song, and I said it point blank. But one, because they're talented, but two, they're saying something. And the last 2 or 3 rschach songs we listened to, they're actually saying something, and in our current milieu, that's important.
Yes, I would agree.
Okay, so this is rschach, The Night the Sky Rain Nukes. Also, a big friend of of the channel. It's Atheist Mikey.
Yep.
His mama's in need of some help, so check that out. There's Mikey and his mama.
Yep. He started a GoFundMe, so there's going to be a link in the description that you can click on to kind of find out some more information about it and stuff like that. We already, our patrons from Patreon already gave some stuff, a donation. Oh my word, I'm all over the place.
Patrons gave a sizable donation.
You know what? When I say Patreon, like it's all so much the same that. Remember, I would always call them the Patreons. And yeah. Like, no, it's patrons, babe. Anyway, so they already put a chunk up for him to help him out and stuff. So hopefully more people can.
Which included rschach. Rschach contributed to that.
Yep.
So it's a big community here. So hey, if you feel led, let's do it. Okay, so rschach, The Night the Sky Rain Nukes. Let's check it out.
Yikes. That was really good.
They're a good band.
They are. They really are.
The mixing was kind of bass heavy to me. Mm-hmm. Like I was hearing a lot of the bass, and in the back I was hearing the guitar. I was getting the idea of what they were doing with the riff with the guitar, but it wasn't as pronounced as I would like. It was bass heavy.
Yep.
You know, but good Lord.
I know.
It's so strange to know somebody so talented.
I know.
Like on a personal level, you know? Like,
I know.
Yeah, I know those guys. I know those guys. You know, we're obviously closest to X, but the bassist too. Like that's, and you know
Which one is the bassist?
The kind of taller, chubbier. Don't be mad at me. Guy, the other guy.
The longer hair.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, he's kind of like.
Which one's the one that you were? I think you called him Jesus or something like that.
Yeah, the other guitarist. His name is.
Oh, he's the other guitarist.
That's his name because he's got a beard and. My man Chris was like, when people tell me you look like Jesus is an insult. He's like, hello, you're saying I look like the most beloved person on the planet.
How's that an insult?
You're not far from the kingdom, Chris. Keep going. Yeah, but I'm. This is a really, really good song. And this, you know, I hate to do this, but you know, like some of this is probably based on the fact that they're in California. But remember, like the last band that we did, I think it's Horizon Ignited or Ignited Horizon, where they did a video, and it was good. But it didn't really match the song. And it was just them like playing around and having fun, but the subject matter was really serious.
Yep.
And I was like, and you were talking about, I was like, yeah, you know, they didn't really have a budget, but at least you just do an action shot of them being live, you know, into the music or whatever. This video went perfectly with the song.
Oh, yeah.
And the very, very first rschach song we did, my criticism was that the video was more entrancing than the music, you know, because.
But this one they did good.
This one was a perfect balance between the two.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It was a perfect balance between the two, and and that Joshua, I don't know what the guy's last name is, Lickabigger.
He did really good with the art.
Joshua Lickaberg and X, you know, co-directed and wrote the pilot. It was
animated by Josh too. I thought that the beginning surprised me, like, because the way that the music was, and we were just watching these little planes, and then all of a sudden the bomb went off. I was like, whoa!
It had the exact. You know, it had well, it's weird because it's called the Night the Sky Rained Nukes, right? So you're looking at the video, and there's like this peaceful little village, and there are these planes flying overhead, so you know
something's coming.
It's gonna get ominous, but the shock was enough to get me to go. Ah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a really good record. I'm blown away that the first record, I forgot what the name of the song was, the Zola Sugar one. I'm blown away that that's even on this record. Like that, it's the same band.
Really?
Everybody's gonna strangle me because I guess that's their most popular song. But I can't believe it's the same band because they write about so much. You know, like true to life, real.
Oh, and then that was
conscious
the one about
stuff.
Zombies.
Well, the thing about it is,
yeah,
it's very difficult to do social commentary.
Yep.
Without people getting cynical and being like, "Oh, you're woke," or "Oh, you're an SJW," or "Oh, you're preachy." Like, it's the same thing with me. It's very hard to do a song that communicates a moral truth or a moral perspective or a social perspective without cynical people going, "Oh, here we go." But this one they're able to achieve consciousness without sounding too woke, if that makes any sense. At least from my perspective. But good Lord.
I wouldn't know, because if somebody's too, you know how I am about stuff being up preachy or whatever, like, I wouldn't even recognize that.
Right.
You know, so for me, that one way or the other doesn't bother me.
By the way, do we have enough materials for porridge?
I don't know. The kids have been doing their baking projects, and I tell them not to touch that stuff, and I don't know if they listened. So if they listen, yep, you should be good to go.
Okay. Okay, so rise and shine. Something woke me up tonight. What's that noise? And then there go the war machines.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm still dreaming. And then
he sees the body parts and the holes in the wall. He's like, this is not a dream.
And then what's that smell? That's terrible. Can you imagine? I remember after 9/11, I went down there, I want to say 7-8 months later. And they were still clearing out Ground Zero. Now, I didn't go to Ground Zero. I purposely did not go to Ground Zero.
Yeah.
Because I was still so angry. I was livid. But I got off the train at 42nd Street, and I think my brother was walking down there to, you know, check it out or whatever. And you could still smell...
Smell what?
It's a very, very distinct smell, but it was like over the entire area. And, you know, because it's jet fuel and the stuff was burning. It was just a crazy, like, I'll never forget that.
Oh.
That smell was crazy.
7 or 8 months later?
Oh, yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
I don't know what my dates are. I think actually it was, if I could text my brother right now, it was actually that picture. I was there because Junior had gotten married.
Oh, that
so
one?
that picture?
Yeah.
So that's me with my brother. Here's me with my brothers, by the way. Huh? Vinny looking a little sharp. I was the most handsome one. Tell the truth. But it was that time. So I don't know the date between 9/11 and when my brother got married, but it was pretty. And you could still smell stuff around that area. It was crazy. Gosh. My mom went down there. My brother went down there. And he's like, "Hey, come." And I was like, "Nah." He's like, "Come on, just come see." And I was like, "No." I mean, our aunt died in 9/11. But I was like, no. Because I had it in my head. I was like, I'm going to handle that my way. But
wow.
I didn't even go down there to see it because I couldn't even put eyes on it. But yeah,
that's still smell it from where you were.
Yeah, we got off at 42nd Street. I was
how
like,
close is that?
What is that? I don't know.
Oh,
but it was just this. It was just a crazy.
Wow.
And of course, a lot of the first responders or the second responders, whatever, a lot of those guys died because it was a carcinogen. Like they died of like some crazy cancer or whatever it was from being at that site because they were breathing all that stuff in. I mean, you're breathing all that jet fuel and all the combustion and all that craziness. Like,
I bet it was more what the building was made out of.
That too. You know, like it was all hanging over the air. It was just a crazy. It was so eerie too. It was like a crazy. Like to this day, I'm glad that I didn't go down there. Like you know, I made my own peace with it, and I had certain situations where I was like, okay, you know, like this got righted because whatever. But yeah, I couldn't go down there. But it's just crazy to me, like to think about. That's one building. 3,000 people.
Yeah.
Right? And it was just like completely devastating and for me, like psychologically, to where I wouldn't even go look at it because I was so angry. And I was thinking to myself, you can't do anything there.
Right.
So that was my logic at the time.
Yeah.
You know? So, but
you're not like the type of person that has that morbid curiosity either. Or if you are, I've never seen it.
No, I don't. No.
Yeah.
And that was the other thing is like I felt like it became this crazy tourist attraction. And to me, like it wasn't something to gawk at or look at. It was something where we needed to make it right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, obviously, looking back, I have different definitions of what make it right means, but back then, you know, I was 18, 19 years old, and I was like, why is everybody going to look at this thing? Like, we need to right this wrong. Like, why is everybody just sitting around and, you know, they're dead. But my point is, that was like, where, you know, it was I couldn't handle it, you know what I mean? And these people, you know, we Nagasaki and Hiroshima, we nuked these people. You know what I mean? Like, So imagine the...
No, I can't.
And it's crazy
I'm
because...
I'm so bothered by that picture of that girl.
Right, the girl that got napalm. Mm-hmm. Well, what's crazy to me is they surrendered. Japan surrendered after we nuked them. Because what could they do?
Yeah, I was going to say, so what else could they do?
Yeah. Whereas with us, we didn't, you know, so...
Put a boot in your ass.
Yeah, so it's just a crazy thing to think about. Like, that's why we need songs like this, because it's like, it puts things into perspective. Mm-hmm. If you want to talk about nuclear and the thing that got me about this song was the smell thing. Because there are certain smells that you just don't forget about. Yeah. You know, like that body parts, this is not a dream. Mm. And then there was one line where it says believe your eyes, which I thought was a pretty crazy.
Right there it says believe your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the song itself was like, it was one of those songs, you know, I said I don't like feeling like I'm being pushed in a song forward. This one was moving extremely fast like that, but it was very appropriate, I thought, to the topic, because if something like this happens, that's what it's going to feel like. It's a giant emergency and you don't have time to plan, like, you know what I mean? So I thought that fit really, really well.
Well, yeah, and then that whole believe your eyes thing is true too, because it's like, it's
just unbelievable to see that.
Yeah, when you see
big of a
even things on a much smaller scale, but when you see that happen and then just people are dropping and body parts are going everywhere, like, it's a very, I could imagine a very surreal feeling.
Oh, I bet.
Like, it's like, what in the world? And that's why a lot of people freeze, is because the brain is trying to process what it's actually seeing.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't understand what's actually happening.
Yeah.
Because it's too crazy. You know, and then...
Right.
You know, and you see so many movies, and you've seen, you know, like the average American has seen like 30,000 deaths or something like that by the time they're 18 years old. And like, so the brain has to say, this is real, this person's actually really dead, it's over really for them. It's a really crazy, arms, legs, everything, and then the bird, and it's just like, whoa. It's coming towards us way too fast.
It's up to you to survive the night, this is right there. Yeah, because it's just surreal. You gotta just survive.
Go to what he said on. Go to, where is it? Is that Trello?
Mm-hmm. What?
No, I just wanted to see what if he had any extra comments about the song, but
no.
Like that one right there, the "Believe Your Eyes" line was pretty crazy to me, because it's like pavement exploding in my face. I mean, you can imagine, like, when the, you know, like, everything got... It's crazy because we just recorded a song where people were talking about napalm.
Mm-hmm. You guys won't see that one. We're recording extra for future when the baby's born.
Right. So like the carnage that... I think we're doing early release on Patreon for those ones. But the carnage that napalm created, you know, and napalm is not 1/4 of not even 1/10 of the disaster that that a nuke brings. It's insane. And then you say to yourself, like, since the dawn of time, men would claim our lives. All I can see is the end of mine. And it's like, we've been killing each other since the very beginning, but we've now progressed to a point where, you know, it's like one of the things that we learned.
It's so much bigger now.
Yeah, our capacities for completely destroying each other and destroying our planet is just insane.
Yeah.
You know, like,
it's because the more that we progress, like, with our intelligence and the different things that we do and we can make, you would think that we would try to make this a better world, but...
Well, right. If original sin, there's your Vingo. If original sin wasn't true, then we wouldn't be using nuclear technology and all that to kill each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought it was crazy, like, at the end.
Before you get to the end.
Oh,
he does things with the term sky that's really interesting. Like, look to the skies.
Yeah.
Usually when you're looking to the skies, it's like you're looking for some...
Hope
or supernatural help, right? Mm-hmm. And then it's like, how hopeless is it if looking to the sky means that you're looking at what's going to bring your death, right?
Yeah.
And then if you combine that with this line right here toward the end where it says the scars in the sky versus the stars in the sky.
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that.
Right?
Yeah.
So the sky is full of scars, not stars. And like, if the place where you're supposed to look up for your salvation is actually what's the harbinger of your death, I mean, that's it. Alas, it's hopeless at that point. So I thought that was really brilliant writing.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And the guitar work was crazy as well. Like, especially when there changes. I was like, go ahead. The last part you were talking about?
And now I finally realize what's going on. It's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen again and again and again.
They they finished that song really strong.
Yeah. I was like,
so this is a person that died in the nuke, and you know they're drifting above, and then the last thing they realize is that it's going to keep happening.
Oh, yep, you're right. I was like, I didn't know what it meant. I have left my body behind. But yeah, that I don't know why I didn't know what that meant because it's very obvious. But yeah, that's true. Yep, among the ashes below. Okay. Now it pains me to think I may never return.
Which, you know, I mean,
wow.
God's grace, it hasn't happened again, you know. But, you know, you've got the nuclear clock or whatever and the countdown to doomsday or whatever, and then you got the big homie Trump who's got his finger on the trigger. But, you know, it's kind of like, people are like, oh my gosh, you know, can you believe Trump? But it's like, it's a nightmare eventuality that anybody has their finger on that trigger. I mean, some nightmares are more vivid and terrible than others, I get it, but the fact that any human being has
the capability
causing
that much destruction
to call that play on other human beings is insane.
Yeah.
And I'm not even judging those folks in World War II. Like, I'm not judging that because I was not in that situation. So I couldn't call that play. You know what I mean? It's like, if we were going to go to land warfare with the Japanese, it would have been a terrible.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go and sit in judgment of those folks. All I'm going to say is it's terrible, it's a nightmare, and any human being having that power to do that to another group of human beings that they don't know, that they've never seen before in their lives is just crazy to me. And it's sad that we're in that situation. You know, you can say that without casting judgments on the decisions that were made by people in circumstances that were basically impossible. I mean, it's war, it's hell. You know, I mean, there's no two ways about it.
It's crazy for the person they're sending it to, and it's crazy for the person pushing the button.
Of course, I was watching the History Channel, and there was originally a city that they were going to do it. They were going to send the bomb on, and then there was a weather issue or something like that. So they basically just randomly chose Hiroshima, and it's like, just
randomly choose
people's lives, you know. It's like, it's just a crazy idea. It's unbelievable to me.
Gosh,
it's unbelievable to me. So I don't know, but it has to be discussed because it's part of our history.
I think I'm giving this one a 10. I think this is their best one that I've heard so far. A 10.
Yeah, well, the mixing hurt me a little bit because, like I said, I could hear what the guitar was doing, but it just seemed bass heavy to me.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
So that bugged me, but the message, I loved the message, obviously, and it was very well done, and so was the video. So I'm gonna have to give it a 9.8. If it was a little bit more balanced and mixed properly, it would have been a 10. Don't be mad at me, rschach. Vin out.
Story out.
Gone. I saw the timer. You had a whole minute left. Relax.
Oh, I thought it said 29.
You're ridiculous.